So in this video, I'd like to offer a little tutorial on Chaturanga. Now think of it this way, this is a pose which if you practice something like Ashtanga Yoga or Vinyasa Flow, we practice quite a lot. And actually in Ashtanga Yoga, just in the sun salutations, we practice this approximately 14 times. And so you can tell that it's quite important to be able to do it as correctly as possible in order to help protect our shoulders and our wrists. And so in this video, I'm going to show you what not to do. And from there, we're going to work on some progressions in order to help you find what is correct and right for your body. So the first thing is what we don't want to do. Now, there's two things here. Many beginners, especially when they don't have enough strength in their arms, what they'll do is they'll find their plank, and then from here they might lower their knees and then allow the hips to come down and come down like a wave. Now, not that this is going to encourage any injuries, but it's not going to help us find strength in order to actually achieve Chaturanga. And so in this case, what we would ideally want is, if we come into plank, lower down the knees and allow every part of the body to touch the floor at the same time. And there's a big difference there because we're actually working on strengthening the arms. Now, the second thing we don't want to do is, now this might risk injuring our shoulders. So from plank, what we don't want to do is, we don't want our shoulders to be behind the wrists, because if I start from here lowering down, when I come down, my elbows will be quite far behind my wrists. And this makes it extremely hard to be able to lower down. And so in this case, what we ideally want is, when you find your plank, come forward, make sure your shoulders are over the wrists, and from there lower down. And we want ideally our wrists to be just below our elbows. Okay, so now that we know what not to do, let's try to work on some progressions in order to get us to the safest Chaturanga that we can do. So the first thing is, as I mentioned before, if we're still working on arm strength, find your plank, knees come down, every part of your body touches the floor at the same time. Now this is a great way to start working on strength. If we're feeling a bit more comfortable with that, what we can do now is we can find our plank and then lower down. Each part of the body touches the floor at the same time, okay? And then if we're feeling comfortable with that, what we could do is, now this is a little tip to help you find the correct distance. So we get 2 yoga blocks, and what we do is we come into plank. Remember, shoulders over the wrists, lower down, try to touch the block, and that is the correct distance that we want from the floor. And if you're working on arm strength, you could try to inhale and push up. And same with bent knees. We can lower down, touch the blocks, inhale, push up, okay? So this is something that I like to show my students, especially if you're trying to figure out, well, how far down do I lower down? So use this option with the blocks, and hopefully that helped. If you're looking for a tutorial on how from Chaturanga to come up into upward facing dog, then check out this video here. And if you're looking for a practice video which has lots of Chaturangas, then try out this practice video here. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.